My original plan was that in 2020 was when I was getting graduated. So I'll work 1 year in the corporate sector and then I'll give the examination. But as we had our COVID lockdown, and after that I decided I'll get a lot of time to study because it was all work from home, and the other coaching centers, they had stopped their classes altogether. So RAU'S had started their online batches, and I saw the ad in the paper and I just joined. And I started my journey here. I ended it here itself, thankfully. And now I'm here again, completing the circle, again sitting with it. So it was a very wonderful experience. And as they said, it was my first attempt. I didn't have a lot of time as well. So our batches started in June 2020, and prelims was supposed to happen in June 2021. And I was a working aspirant, at the time. So the first 6 months of my preparation, 6 to 8 hours I would spend at my workplace, and then 4 hours of classes here. And I would have very little energy left to study anything after this entire hectic schedule. So I left my job in February 2021 because the prelims was supposed to be in June. But then unfortunately the second COVID wave happened and the exam got postponed. So in that time I then completed my a large portion of my main syllabus, which I was already taught at RAU'S. One of the very good things here was that everything was completed on time. Unlike some other coaching centers which I've heard of, here everything was dot to schedule. Sometimes it was extended as well, but it was always ensured that the syllabus was covered, at least how much ever the the teachers wanted to teach us. In our batch, it took I think 57 or 58 classes, and he had extended the schedule by 6 or 7 classes because he also wanted to cover post-independent India. So this is the kind of support we got from the teachers here. So one thing I just want to share is I completed my entire journey from RAU'S IAS. I did not go anywhere else. Whatever current affairs, material to study, class notes, test series, everything I've done at RAU'S IAS, and everything, all of my records you will get here as well, right? So basically this was my journey. First 6 months with job, very little time for self-study. After that I left my job, I studied for the examination, and then the QIP batches, they help for the more exam orientation during those point of 1 or 2 months just before the examination. So QIP helps you there. So here you first, the concept which I understand now, which I find really good is, here first they'll teach you the foundation of every subject, especially the important ones. They'll teach you really well. And then you'll have your time to self-study, test it out. And then you'll have QIP classes just before prelims, where teachers who are focusing more on the Focus magazine, Compass magazine, who are more adept with the current affairs and more thorough with them, they will teach you in the last 1.5 months what is more important for the exam at that point of time. And I don't think, I was really surprised that in prelims examination, 30 to 35%, and even in mains, the questions came directly from what we were taught in QIP, and also a lot from our class notes, right? So my only thing is that you need not go anywhere else apart from whatever is being provided to you by RAU'S IAS. My entire preparation I've done from here, 1.5 years of preparation, and that is more than enough to clear the exam. If you want to gain a lot of knowledge, then you can do anything you want. But if you want to clear the exam, whatever is being taught to you here, whatever material is being provided to you here, that is much more than enough than what is required for the exam, to be very honest, because there is a limitation to everything that you can do. And it is more important to just do what is more important a more number of times.